All right, it is Friday, it is payday. The budget book is out, so that means it is time to do a budget with me. Hi everybody, my name is Wendy, and this is my channel, Budget Pumpkin. I'm on a journey to becoming debt-free, and I'm going to do that by making better financial decisions, one baby step at a time. On this channel, we're going to talk about things like budgeting, cash stuffing, planning, dealing with debt, and some savings challenges. If you'd like to follow along, please subscribe, like, and make a comment in the video. Thanks for being here. Okay, we have a lot to cover. I want to show you, because we're 1/2 of a month ahead, I kind of want to show you how I go through this. So we're not quite ready to close out January, right? Because it's the 26th and we still have a few more days left in the month in case something unexpected happens. So I can't really close out the January monthly budget yet. But with this paycheck here going into February, we need to allocate this money into February. So what we're going to do is, when I'm setting up a new month, or sometimes I do it in advance, I'd like to put everything on the calendar. So if you're new here, my name is Wendy. This is Budget Pumpkin, and we do cash stuffing and budget with me and talk about finance on our channel. It keeps me accountable, and it helps. I hope I help people. Based on some of the comments, I think I do help some people. So I think that's a really good thing. And I'm just sharing my journey with you, for me and my husband to become debt-free. And hopefully we help you along the way. And if you have been around for a while, thank you so much for coming back and hanging out and watching the video. So this is going to be a budget with me. I'm going to try and move kind of quick because we are... we're going to go through this. You guys know, if you've been here, you know I can't write and talk at the same time. We're going to go through it kind of quick because we have a lot to go through. So we are setting up our February calendar. Sometimes I do this all in advance, sometimes I don't. If you're new here, my color codes, blue is for bills, pink is for debt, purple is for subscriptions, yellow is for sinking funds we keep in the bank, orange is for sinking funds that we cash stuff, and green is for income. So we'll get to this sheet in a minute. I just want to update our calendar really quick. So on the 1st of the month, we pay our internet, and that is $90. This may be subject to change. I've been looking at a lot of our bills lately, and with costs going up, like we had a really big credit on our internet bill, and I just kind of kept up and kept paying the same thing. But now I think we only have like 65 cents in a credit balance on that. And so we may be needing to make some adjustments, excuse me, if I can talk, adjustments on that. Also on our gas and electric, I budget, it comes as one bill. I budget $250 per month. But when I looked at our usage, now we have a credit balance. It's winter here, so we're using more gas. We still have a credit balance, but like our charges for the last month were like over $300, just over $300. So what I do is I take like that, I took like 12 months worth of our bills, added it together, averaged it out, made sure I was in kind of like a low usage time, and then I just started paying the same amount every month. So we have a credit balance, but we may not for much longer. Our water bill is $40. I checked on that. We have a credit of a couple dollars, so I'm okay with that. I don't think we need to make any changes for a while. And our water bill only actually, I pay them monthly, but the bill only comes actually every 2 months. On the 11th is our cell phone, and that's $300. Cell phone seems to be holding pretty steady right now. I don't think we'll need to make any adjustments on that for a little bit. On the 15th, we save $75, and our car insurance we saved $320. I treat saving $75 per month as like a bill. I want to get to where we're saving more, but we need to get past our loan payment paid off first. Our car insurance, I say we pay our premium in April and we pay it in October. So we're getting close to paying our premium on our car insurance. But $320 was what I recalculated if we paid in October because it had gone up quite a bit. I was thinking about looking for a new insurance company, and then they said that like the governor ordered all the insurance companies to give rebates, so we'd received a refund, but then they actually gave us too much back. So the rates went up. Our car payment is $300 on the 16th. On the 20, you can see that on the 25th, we have our mortgage that we pay $11.50, and then our loan payment I've turned to pink because I've actually moved it into the pink section on our budget, and our loan is $1,500. So this is what our monthly bill calendar looks like. It helps me because we're not a full month ahead. It helps me to see where our money is. Once we're a month ahead, I can probably give this part up. These are forms that I created that are available in my Etsy shop. It's called BudgetPumpkinStudio. It's available as a digital download. When you're living, like when we were living to paycheck and we were not ahead, I really had to be mindful, like we get paid January 12th. What do I have to cover between January 12th and, you know, January 25th? What do I have to cover between January 26th and here? Oh, I forgot to mark our paydays. We get paid February 9th. And we get paid February 23rd. Okay, these are, I'm a total snob with stationery. These did not smudge the pen. Usually I highlight first and write pen over it. Now maybe it's because I've filled these out a while ago, so maybe the ink's actually really dry. But that was pretty impressive that there was no smudging. This is our bill calendar for February. Like I said, once you're a month ahead, it becomes a little bit less relevant, but when you're not a month ahead, you really need to be able to look forward and see, what do I have to pay before the next time I get paid? Now, if you are month to month, what we're going to do, and what I had to do, was I had to work on stabilizing my budget. So this is our January monthly budget. We can't quite finish it yet. And we are going to close out January in another video in very early February. So we'll do a coffee chat and we will close out this month. For right now in February, because we're half month ahead, I'm not going to start this yet. I think I'm going to start February when I close out January. Just know that February is going to look a lot like this, right? We're going to have, I didn't write the numbers, so this is 90, 250, 40, 375, 320, 300, 1150. So February here is going to look an awful lot like January. The only thing that's going to happen is if we have like extra to our loan, if we're putting extra money in sinking funds. So it's going to balance out pretty much the same way. And we can fill that in when we do our video to close out January. I'm trying not to keep you here forever. I have to go ahead and color it in. Okay, now this is kind of like the nuts and bolts of the system. So this is our paycheck cash flow worksheet. So it looks the exact same as the other one, right? It looks the exact same as this monthly one, but this is your month, this one back here is your monthly budget, right? So this will be all of January, all of February. This is kind of the same thing, but you're doing a cash flow worksheet for your paycheck. So I've already prepped and colored in this one. So this is for our payday 126.24. And you know me, I already have the numbers ready and set to the side. So we're going to go through this kind of quick. So on 1/26, we both got paid. And I'm going to stop here and say, my husband and I are bi-weekly paid employees. We both get paid on the same day, and it's every other week. So we have 1 week where we have income, and then 1 week where we do not have income. So it's kind of how I do 2 paycheck cash flow worksheets per month. But all of this money is going to February bills, with the exception of one section. And 1/2 month bills is $1,262.50, and 1/2 month on our loan is $750. So we need that information to start budgeting down here. Now, what we brought in. I'm on a salary. I bring in the same thing every 2 weeks now. So I brought in $2,123.31. So it's going to be pretty stable, which is good. Stability is good for a budget. Hubby worked some not only did he work overtime, he worked like a lot of overtime, and they paid him bonuses to work overtime. So he brought home $3,647.56, which makes our total, I don't know if I can zoom in on this more. That makes our total for the month $5,770.87. This is what we brought in. So we're going to be able to do a lot of things with our money this paycheck or payday. So bills, number 2, bills is, we're covering the whole first half of February's bills. So 1, 5, 11. So basically everything but the mortgage, pretty much we're taking out of here. So we have our internet, gas and electric, our water, our cell phones, savings, car insurance, and car payment. And the amounts are 90, 250, 40, 300, 75, 320, and 300. So that's what those bills look like. Now, if we were to add all these up, these would add up to $1,375. And we're not allocating that much. We are doing 1/2 a month. So what I do is, since we're paid bi-weekly, I take 2 checks allocated to 1 month, so 2 to 1. If you are paid weekly, you'll do 4 to 1 month. If you're paid monthly, it's a 1 to 1 ratio. And if you're paid twice a month, you do 1 to 1. Now, when you're paid monthly or twice a month, there's ways that you can get ahead. We've got some videos coming up for that. We've already done our monthly video, if you're paid monthly. But we do have videos coming to discuss that. But suffice to say, $1,375 is more than $1,260.50. So we need money from our savings. So if I take $112.50 from all of this, that leaves us with $1,262.50. So now this half of the month, it is a half a month of bills. And I've been doing this for a while, so I have money set aside. Now, what happens is, like last check, I had a budget surplus in this area of $112.50. I saved it. Had I spent it, I would have been short for this check. So that's why you've got to look at the cash flow. Like, you might have to save money from one check to go towards the next check. And some people have like for a while we had a really big, like, everything was due the first part of the month and nothing was due the second part of our month, and it was on our credit cards. And so it was like we owed like $2,000 in the first part of the month and nothing in the second part of the month. But what I did was, in the second part of the month, I saved that money till the first part of the next month, and then we had at the beginning of the month the $2,000 that we needed for our and I forgot to write this down here. See, I'm all over the place today. And I haven't really had any coffee either, which is weird. But $5,770.87 here. This goes here. $1,262.50. And so after we pay our bills, we've got $4,508.37. Okay. On our debts, so we're going to pay our loan on the 25th. One half of the loan is $750. Now, our loan, so, and if you're new here, like, if you've been around, you know what happened, but if you're new here, we started this journey in September of 2022, and we had $52,000 in credit card debt, and we tried and tried and tried, and we would pay it down, and then every time we pay it down, like, some emergency would happen, and it wasn't like we have like the $1,000 emergency fund that Dave Ramsey says that you should have, but all the things that happened to us were like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. It just wasn't enough, and so every time we'd pay the credit cards down, then they would go back up, and we were paying $2,000 a month in credit card payments, but only making headway of maybe $1,000 a month after we paid the interest on those cards. And then it was like late November or early December of 2020, last year, 2023, we discovered that our roof was leaking, and we couldn't, like, it's like you have to get your roof fixed. Fortunately, we had equity in our home, so we were able to take a home equity line. But the problem was is that we couldn't afford another payment with all the other things that we have going out. So we decided to get a home equity line, and in that home equity line, we got it for enough money to put a new roof on the house and pay off all the credit cards, because the interest rates on our credit cards were between like 25 and 30%. So the loan's interest rate is 8.25%, and it's like over 15 years because it's against the house. Now, normally I do not think that you should take unsecured debt that you could very easily claim bankruptcy on and then turn it into secured debt backed by the collateral of your home. However, we are still well under what our home appraised for in loans against our home. And by doing this, the payment was actually, it's actually like less than, the payment is actually, it's like $738. I'd round up to $750. And then every month we're paying another $750 on the loan. So we're paying like double payments every month on the loan to get it paid off faster. I don't intend taking 15 years to pay this off. So we're allocating half of our loan payment, because I consider our loan payment to be $1,500 here. We are also going to put extra on the loan. Of $128.32. Okay. So that is going to be a total of $878.32 in this category. And we're going to put that down here. And then what we have remaining from our income after we remove the loan payment is $3,630.05. And again, this is a very abnormal check. Usually my husband's bringing home like $1,800. This is like a double check for him. So we're going to try and allocate this money wisely. For our subscriptions, we did our traditional $180. He does have a locker at our humidor locker at the place that we go to most for like drinks. It's a cigar bar. And we had the money saved up for his locker renewal for 1 year. And while he was there, they said, hey, well, if you want to, you can renew it for 3 years. And that was $750. So normally it's $300 a year. If you renew with 3 years, it's $750. So he actually saved $50 per year. And now I'm just going to keep saving whatever it is per month to in the subscriptions to pay for his locker in 3 years instead of 1 year. So our total here in this category is $930. And then after this, we have $2,705. Okay, here in our sinking funds. So our driver's license and plates. We do 30 per month. So that's like $1,250, and then professional licenses. We do 25 per month. So this is half of this is I'm gonna put the number here, the whole month. So or this would be 15. That's a half a month, and then 25 is $1,250. So this is $2,750. I'm just kind of going by how I have it. I have it written over here. So the next line I have vacation. We're putting 100, and medical. We're putting 50. So this line is 150. Auto repair and home repair. Are getting 50 each for a total of 100 for that line. Household gets 50, and education gets $1,250. Now remember, these are all 1/2 of a month, so when we do our next one, we'll put the other half in. So this line is $62.50. We're putting 50 in our savings. This isn't necessarily savings. This is we're transferring from a large national bank to a local credit union. So the $50 from my paycheck was direct depositing into that national bank account while we got everything moved over. Everything now is moved over, and I've just canceled that last $50. So we'll figure out what we're gonna do with the money that came from that account. But I've just turned that off, so I'm gonna wait like one more payroll just to make sure nothing goes into that account, and then we're gonna close it. We have overspending of $155.05. Now, what I am going to say about overspending, this is, we ran the card, didn't check the budget, whatever we did, but this is a lot lower than what it used to be. And I think it's because before we weren't contributing to all these other categories. Like, oh, you have to renew your license. Oh, you have, we had a lot of unexpected things that were happening. Like, we knew we needed to pay for them, but it wasn't accounted for in the budget, which made them unexpected for the budget. And so this is a lot lower. So we're working to get it to where we're not doing any overspending at all. But this has been progress. And then our last thing in this category here is non-holiday gifts. So that is, we put 500 there. So my cousin's getting married, his cousin's getting married, and then so we're budgeting like 200 and 200, and then $100 for stuff like birthday celebrations. Like, it's a category that I want to start contributing to, but while we have the money, I know that we're going to need to do these few things next. So our total for this category is $1,045.05. And that leaves us with $1,655 left, which is what we're going to cash stuff. That's really exciting because I've never cashed stuff like that much money. So we're going to have some of our usual things. So our groceries is $300. Our gas is $200. Hubby wifey date we each get $100 for the 2-week period, and then date night we get $50 a week, so this one is $300. Holidays is $155, and you'll see which holidays I'm contributing to. The next video gets posted. I do the budget with me, and then I do the cash stuffing video separate. So the next video after this one will be the cash stuffing video that we're doing here. Savings challenges. $600. Now, he wants a new car. Now, I want to say, as a couple budgeting, I feel like one person's much more administrative and the other person is, I don't want to use the word oblivious, but you've got the more administrative person than the person who's not as administrative. So I'm the more administrative one, shocker. And he's the one who's just kind of like, okay, cool. If it's, he's well, like, he doesn't mind letting me deal with like the day-to-day. I keep us on track. But when it comes to like big stuff, so like he had this huge paycheck, we sat down together and we came up with this whole budget plan. So all these numbers on the sheet, you know, other than like what we have to pay that's already predetermined, we agreed on. And he wants a new car. Now he has a 2015, and it's been a good car, but it's getting where it needs some more repairs, hence all those car repair bills that we've had over the past, 15 or so months. But I said the household can't support a down payment for a new car. Now, the household can, technically. But I found that if we're not saving or we're both not on the same page, then it doesn't work. It's not necessarily real to us, right? So I said, I think that you need to do the 100 envelope challenge, because if you do the challenge, you're going to save $5,050. This one's mine. But you're going to save $5,050 doing that challenge, and then at the end of the year, you're going to have the down payment for your car. So one of the things that I'm working on this year with me and with him is we both have this, we want instant gratification, and we're not saving up for things. So that's kind of like the theme of our 2024 is like, we're over the instant gratification. We need to find deals on things. We need to wait to purchase. So he's like, and every time he's like, I want more money for the savings challenge. I want more money for the savings challenge. So I consider it a win, because I feel like he's more cognizant and active. And I feel like I'm not doing it alone. He's an active participant. If he's an active participant, I feel like I'm not dictating our budget to him, which is also the cause of a lot of animosity among couples. One person is really good and really knows what's going on, but if they're not communicating it to the other partner, or the other partner is disinterested and they don't know what's going on and they just do whatever they want, it's a lot of financial stress in a relationship. And so I feel very happy that we've kind of come to this place where we're both really interested. Like I even gave him the list of cash to get for the cash stuffing, and he cash stuffed his binder, and then he started cash stuffing in my binder. And I'm like, he thought I was mad because I'm like, you cashed off my binder, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I record it, and I'm like, I wasn't mad at you. I think it's very sweet that you did it, but I cash stuff for the channel. So when we do our cash stuffing video next, it's going to be a little bit different because he's already actually cash stuffed his binder, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. So finishing up here, saving challenges $600 and donation $100. So one of my friends has a charity, and they do a sock and granola bar drive for the homeless. So that's what we're doing here. So this is $1,655 even. $1,655 minus $1,655 is a big old zero. We budget to zero here. I'll give you kind of a better, maybe, I don't know, if you turn your phone, maybe. Let's give you a little bit better view. But this is it. This is the budget. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Thank you for coming along on the journey. And if you're new here, thank you for staying. And if you've been around, thank you for being here. It's been a crazy journey, and I can't wait to see where we go from here, because it's hopefully going to get better. And I think that he may get more cognizant about trying to work a little bit more overtime, because then he sees how it affects the budget and how it improves the budget. And if we can improve the budget, then we have more money to do what we want to do with our money. So that's it for today. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the next one.